messed up my hair pretty good. All right. Hi. Hello, YouTube. Hey, Facebook. Okay, why is that making noise when I turn the... I did turn that off. Why is that making sounds? Why is my shirt wet? That's weird. Okay. We're doing good. How you doing, guys? Could you please stop, Orlando? All right, let everybody catch up and get on board, and we'll start. We will begin. Okay. Sandra, please, please. No poop. No bird poop. Hey, Faith. Good to see you too. Hi, Petunia. Gail. Rosemary. Woo, we're doing good. My God, I must have soaked myself when I was washing dishes. No idea how I did that. Everyone's doing good, Sandra. Okay, yay. Everyone's coming on. We can get moving. Suan, hi. I'm still convinced Facebook is going to be going away. I'm still convinced. So I really want to get YouTube. So if ever I can't be on Facebook or it just isn't there anymore, you know, to go on YouTube and I'll be there. Hi. Good. The lighting on for Facebook is usually good. It's YouTube off. It's in the laptop computers are never as good as the ones for the phone. And I know that they don't allow you to use your phone with Facebook with less than 1,000 followers. It just kind of keeps the volume of videos down. Oh God, there's YouTube going down. So there's so many videos, and it just helps control some of that number. So anyway, I guess I could go on Instagram and do something. I don't love Instagram. I should get into it, but I can't. Hey, Virginia. Okay. Anyway, what a week. Holy God, what a week. Someone in Virgo has had everyone just jumping out of their skin, which is weird for Virgo. You would have thought it would be very, Virgo is usually a pretty sedate kind of sign. And, but I'll tell you what it was this was the week for people to be putting out fires. The readings were, it was all about putting out fires, all about dealing with crisis and unrelenting crisis, and usually somebody else's crisis. It was one thing if you get drunk and smash up a car. It's another thing if you take your car into the mechanic and they smash up your car. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hello out there, you know who I'm talking to. I mean, it was a week like that. It's one thing if you got a legal case going on, and you're at the last minute your lawyer withdraws because he has no memory. Like, seriously, that kind of thing this week. Just it was like an idiot circus. Like idiots were running the show and just trying to, like Virgos, pick up the crumbs and clean up and take care of things. And it was brutal. What's wrong, dude? He's over here having coffee. Shut your door, sweetheart, because the dog. Anyway, my little dog likes to run into my daughter's room and steal her underwear out of her basket. It's a weird thing. Everyone needs a hobby. I know that, but it's a weird thing. Hey, cat. God, I can't see what I'm looking at here. Okay. Yep. Christy, yeah, it is a full moon. Hey, Liliana. I'm doing good. A lot of readings and a lot of and one thing I have to encourage you, women, please get a hold of the finances in your home. You have to know where the bills are and if they're getting paid. You should know if there's life insurance. You should know where that life insurance policy is. And your husbands or whoever handles the money should not be offended to show you, where the money goes. Please, I am begging you. I am so tired of sitting across from people who are losing their home, who are going into foreclosure, who, whose kids are ready to go for college, and oh, what do you know? The college funds are gone because they didn't know. And it's not even about like somebody stealing or doing drugs or doing this to them. It was just budgets got out of hand, and there was always the intention of paying it back. And nobody wants to be the bad guy and say there can be no family vacation this year. Well, guess what? If you have no money, there should be no family vacation this year. And so, yeah, it's not always because someone's being horrible, but someone doesn't have control of the spending. You should have a family budget. And I'm not trying to lecture you, but it's a good moon under the Virgo moon. You should be lectured about doing things the right way, and you can't spend what you don't have. So please, just for the sake of it, just if your husband has a tight control and you really don't know, just say, listen, if you died, how would I pay the bills? Where are the bills? Where's the checkbook? That's all. Hey, Karen, how are you? Please do that. And no one wants to do it. It's unpleasant. Hey, Jen. Yep, And, oh, heavy rain. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than having someone pass. It's for you, for your family. Just not everyone's good with money to take it over, but it should be a joint thing. It should be something that you do together. And if there's no money going into savings, then you should figure out how you can make that happen. It's just hard. People really thought everything was okay, and then it wasn't. And when it's not okay, it's usually in the middle of, again, a crisis. Someone's got to put a fire out. All right. What else went on? So, my goodness, so many Aquarius, Taurus, some Scorpios, more than some, few Scorpios, and all the same, just trying to take care of someone else's mistakes, someone else who didn't come through, someone else who meant well, maybe, but promises not kept, people being abruptly let go because of bad management, union deals that were contracts that were badly negotiated, and oof, a lot of people going through legal loopholes. Very unfortunate. All right. So that's what was going on this week. Oh, Capricorn, Elizabeth, I don't know. Yeah, Aquarius, Jen, we know. You get caught in that once, you don't get caught in it again. But yet, I've had people whose husbands' house being foreclosed on, scramble, get it together, scrape it together, and then put them right back into foreclosure again. It's just at that point, I'm like, why didn't you take over the bills? Clearly, this isn't someone's talent. Well, I thought, what, you work. If you work, why would you not be paying the bills or overseeing the bills? Why can't you do them together? Somebody just want to give control of the bills. First of all, ask yourself why, because that would be a red flag for me right off the hop. Why can't I see the money? I always have to see the money. That's my thing. I have to do the bills. I've been poor. I've been real poor. And once you've been that kind of poor where you don't got enough money to eat, you don't be poor anymore. You need to know where the money is. There's a special kind of poor that we joke about on Facebook. It's not this new poor. It's old style poor, where you can take a roast chicken and cook it for a whole week, one chicken, and oh man, stretch food like no one's business. That's why when COVID hit, a lot of people were panicking. Some of us weren't so panicked. We're like, we can make food go. And in fact, my sister-in-law was telling me that she was in the grocery store, and everything, all the ramen was gone, the mac and cheese was gone, all the stuff in the middle of the store was gone. What are we gonna eat? Kim was saying this, walking out like, what are we gonna eat? There's nothing to eat. Meanwhile, the meat is stocked, and there's vegetables, and there's canned vegetables, and there's beans and rice. There's plenty of food. You just have to cook. So yeah. And she was actually sitting in the grocery store, just buy this bag of rice, buy these beans, buy this meat. This is meat, It's really okay. So enjoying my coffee, are you, Orlando? Are you? Because that's what he needs is caffeine. And that's what the bird needs. So He's 15 or 16 years old. I think he's okay. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry, Kat. That's right, Jen. There should be nothing off limits. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm bringing back my own memories too. Believe me, once you go through that, you don't want to do it again. And I've done it. Partner well. Well, listen, when I was getting married my first time around, we had to go through pre-Cana. And that was interesting because it was taught by lay people, and it was three-hour classes you had to attend to get married in the Catholic Church. And they were pretty interesting. They were taught by lay people, two married couples, one that had been married for like 20 years, one that had been married for like 10. And it dealt with the three areas where most marriages fail. And so it started off, there were 70 of us. There was, I guess, 35 couples in this auditorium. And they started by saying, okay, everyone who plans on being divorced within 7 years, raise your hand. And of course, nobody raised their hand. And they were like, that's fascinating because statistically, half of you will be. Half of you will be divorced. And the idea of this pre-Cana is just to kind of offset or I don't know, kind of go right out the three main reasons people divorce, and that is communication, finance, change as we get older, and not everyone goes the same way. There are people in their 50s, a good way to spend a weekend. Other people want to get up and travel, want to get up and hike, want to go, and very active. Sex, what works for somebody may not work for the partner. Money, again, are you a spender or you a saver? It's hard to feel comfortable if there's not money in the bank for a saver. That's a big part of their security. So it was fascinating. It was a good time well spent. And again, people change. I always say back in the day when we all dropped dead at 45, like 50 was old. Till death do you part wasn't a big deal. You got married when you were like 16, 17. Most of us died in childbirth or of some random disease. You made it to 50, it was a good life. Now, we're working toward our 70s. We are expecting to be active and up into our 80s. We live to be up in our 90s. And so our expectations of retirement and our expectations of leisure time and money, they're changed. Everything has changed. And so how we structure our family. And again, now with what's going on with real estate across the country. I was talking to a nurse last week. There were 30 couples bidding on a house, and the price was outrageous. I'm like, New Hampshire? And it's all over the country. The houses, Florida, they're escalating. I will tell you that in the breadbasket, I think it's called, the Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, that Illinois, those states, it's still, you can still get a nice house at a good price. And there's work there. And of course, when you have a mortgage for less than you pay for a rent here, you don't need as much money. So there's that. Anyway, that's been interesting watching people go through the real estate, and watching rates go up and seeing how that's going to affect the market. Markets never stay up all the time. My mother was a realtor. I bought my first condo when I was 23 years old. I was 23. I was still modeling, and I was told, the condo is priced at $136. It's a one-bedroom condo. It was refurbished from an apartment building. It went condo, and I was told you should buy this as an investment. It dropped to $98,000, right? And they were like, oh no, it's going to shoot back up again. You're going to see 40 grand. Just buy the condo. So I did. 136 dropped to 98. I bought the condo. It dropped to 64. Yeah, remember the 80s? No one does, I guess, but I do. When the real estate just boom bottomed out, it always does. Did it again in the 90s. 7-year cycles on real estate. Nothing stays high forever. It always goes in a circle. My mom used to say, buyer's market, seller's market. And the only way you win is if you're a first-time buyer, or if you're selling in a place where the market is on fire and high, and you go someplace where the market is low, and then you can make out. But that's the way that goes, guys. There's no getting around it. Hey, Paul, how are ya? Aw, I'm glad. 36 bids. Yeah, I know, Elizabeth. I know. The 80s. Thank you. How you doing over there? The 80s were crazy. They were great, but they were crazy. Remember, it was Donald Trump decade. Art of the deal. All of our high school guys, they're all like, I want to be like Donald Trump. Art of the deal. Businessman. That was the thing. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying like that was the idea of being that. Now it's Elon Musk and I love Forbes magazine. If you have any interest in business, you should subscribe to Forbes magazine. And they used to do the annual millionaires list, which is now the annual billionaires. Being a millionaire is nothing. Now it's to be a billionaire. And it's pretty interesting. And they break down the top 100 by how they got their money. So did they inherit it, or did they earn it themselves? And it's fascinating to see people come from other countries. There's one guy a couple of years ago from Turkey, came with his mother. He came to America with $250 in his pocket, landed in New York, and he was, I want to say, 15 or 16 years old. And he said he knew as he went out and got a job his first day there as a busboy and a dishwasher, making, I want to say, $8 an hour. And he said he would have to work all day long for $8. And he knew $8 an hour, he had no doubt, wound up going to high school, college, became an engineer, went to work. This is in Forbes, all right? He went to work for a company that manufactured bumpers. And he worked there for a number of years. He was an engineer, and the company was having problems. And he ended up buying the company. He bought the company, and the company is now a massive company. I forget how many new factories he built, how many people he employs, and it's just interesting stories. And so the American dream is alive and well. I don't care what anybody says. Hard work is its own reward. I know maybe I come from a different generation. The things I hear people say, and we talk about this in the reading room, back in the day, men didn't have to work two jobs, or couples didn't have to work two jobs. Like, no, they didn't. Wives stayed home with the babies, and men worked two jobs. Then everyone's grandfather, most of our fathers worked all day long, all week long, and then they had weekend jobs. The grandparents always had weekend jobs. And being a stay-at-home mom meant you were a stay-at-home mom. You didn't have a car, you stayed at home. You got the car on the weekend to go grocery shopping. You didn't go anywhere. You certainly weren't getting your hair and your nails done. I mean, it's when you look at Cape Cod houses here in New England, and you see those little garages, that's because there was one little car. That was it. Oh my. Okay, there was no big SUV. There was no gas guzzler. You had one little car in this one little garage, and you had like a little 1,100 square foot house, 1,200 square foot house. That's how you lived. You raised your family that way. And this idea of everyone having their own bathroom, and ridiculous. Let's see. Yes, actually, I'm looking at a question about having an animal psychic. Yes, Teresa is coming back in April. So be watching the newsletter, okay? Hey, Kate, how are ya? Yep. Couldn't get a mortgage. Oh, the 70s were insane. The interest rates were nuts. Oh, they were like, what, they 30% interest rates, or some, they were 28%? You can't imagine. Yep, Nicoletta. Started working at 11. I know I had my work permit when I was 10. Email me. Actually, I'm gonna put this right down here, okay? Email me at glenhard@comcast.net. Email me, please. And okay. And just put in the subject line newsletter, and I'll get a newsletter out to you tonight. Okay, or tomorrow, I should say. Yes. Okay. I don't know how to make a comment here. Do me a favor, Lenhard, Lenhard @comcast.net. email me. Subject line newsletter. I'll get you a newsletter. Absolutely. Hey, Priscilla, how are you? Lenhard, my last name, Lenhard at Comcast.net. 19% interest rate. Yeah, I guess the 30 did seem a little high, but 19% interest rate. You just left you've left the money in the bank account, just got interest. It was like stocks are now. It's crazy times. I think we got our first house at 7% interest. That was considered low. 7% was, oh my God, 7%. Of course, we were seeing like 2 and 3% now. I know it's going up now, inching up towards 4 and 5. So interesting to talk about finances, and honestly, with a Virgo full moon, very appropriate. Very appropriate. All right. What else? That's what's going on. People are wild. The weather has been wonderful, of course. We've had a beautiful, beautiful day today, sunny, and front door of the shop was open again, and heat's off, which is delightful. Given the money, I think an early warm spring is very welcome. And, I want to say too, regarding a new kitty, if you go on Facebook, guys, for those of you who are looking for animals and pets, there are 2 sites I belong to. You got to join. It's Free Pets Connecticut and Connecticut Free Pets, or Free Pets in Connecticut. 2 sites. And what I've seen here, and I've gotten an animal off there, and I've helped other people get them too. Obviously, you always got to be careful. But people who are moving, who are losing their homes, and everyone says, oh, I bring my animal with me. These pictures from Ukraine, no one has any excuse. Oh, come on. There are no rents, guys. There are no rents. Don't make someone feel worse. They charge you like $50 a month now to have a dog in most apartments, if they let you have one at all. And it's fine to say I'd sleep in my car with my dog. But if you've got children, you want DCF on your ass taking your kids? Try sleeping in a car with your kids. See how long that lasts for you. Okay? See what shelter you're going to go stay at with your dog or your cat or whatever. I'm sorry. That's the reality for most people who rent and trying to find a new place with a pet. It's insane. If you can find a rent at all, at any price, it's astronomical and it's insane. Anyway, what you find on these 2 sites that I'm telling you about here in Connecticut are people who are just desperate. They are moving. They can't, and they're trying to keep their pets, and they're trying to. And here's the good news: unlike working with a rescue, not knocking the rescues, but I've had some bad luck with rescues, is that you meet the owners. You see where the animals lived. You can watch them with their owners, see how they interact. My God, if you have to give your animal up because you can't stay in your home, how wonderful to have the person actually meet with you, talk with you, say, hey, you can come visit. Like an open adoption, right? It can work. So please give that some thought, okay? If you want to adopt an animal, and that is a genuine adoption, I'm sorry. And I know it can be done, but to sit there and tell people, oh, you don't really love your animal, that's not fair. That is not fair. Hey, stop it. Orlando, stop it. I'll throw something at you. Stop it. Shoot the furniture. Hey, you. All right. Anyway, we should throw cards. It's getting late, guys. I'm looking at the. No, I'm not saying you should give her up. I'm just saying that it was different. If you had a couple of young kids under the age of 10, it might have been different. Yep, 6%. Oh my God, 6%. 5% back in the day was like, oh my God. All right, thank you. Yep. But anyways, you might be surprised. Check out those 2 sites, okay? Also, a lot of times the animals are fixed. A lot of times they have their shots. They don't charge you anything. They're just grateful that my God. I was given like the litter box, everything. Just please, they could not take their cat. That's how I got Mr. Keekers. And I've seen all sorts of dogs and cats, and of course, the big danger is people who use them for bait animals. I mean, That's a terror, and that's a reason that they say, you know, not to, for the people giving them away, trying to find a home. But yep, the black cats, I know they are. They are. Black cats and black dogs very, very often do not get adopted. That's true. Okay, excuse me, I'm gonna kill this bird. I'm not gonna kill the bird. Someone, okay, stop it. Hey, 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 stop it. You know what? You are gonna stop it right now. That's right, pal. You are not doing that. No, Wow, you are a horrible bird. Horrible. Okay, chewing on the top of my secretary. I'm not amused. Not amused by damage to the furniture. Okay? He's rough. All right. Okay, I'm gonna throw cards, guys. Lots going on. So I always say 6-card spread for anyone who's new. 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First card is the situation. The next 2 cards are what is directly impacting the situation. And the final 3 cards are the outcome. These are short-term cards. And of course, not every Leo is going through a job problem. Not every Taurus is having a marriage issue. But what I find in my readings very often, when things come up, and I always throw cards and just I say what I see, I don't ask the person to tell me what they want to know. We talk afterwards. Is very often something will come up. And it's like, oh my God, that's exactly my brother. I was thinking about my brother when I came in here. That's exactly what he's going through. Oh my God, my kids are getting divorced. I've been so worried about that situation. So it may be, if it's something that's been on your mind or someone that you're close to, it may just be about them. It happens in the readings very often, especially mothers thinking about their kids. It'll be the first cards up. It's like, oh, you've got a son. It looks like they're dealing with anxiety, depression, or don't know what they're doing for school or what have you. And of course it's going to come up because it's, what matters more to you than your kids, right? All right. So let's start with Aries. Orlando, seriously, stop. Killing me. He was on Nerf guns. I can shoot like Nerf bullets at him. Aw, thank you. Aw, happy birthday, Shay. All right. Okay, ready? Let's go. Aries. And I do read to teach. I love teaching tarot. So if you have tarot cards, please note the cards that I'm seeing and follow along or lay cards out for yourself and see how you read them. Aries, 9 of Cups, King of Wands, 7 of Swords reversed, the Fool, the World reversed, and the 8 of Coins. Fantastic spread of cards. Fantastic. The 9 of Cups, I call it the wishes coming true cards. I actually do a wishes coming true spell kit around the 9 of Cups. It is your wishes coming true. The King of Wands, action, forward motion, just the way Aries likes it. 7 of Swords reversed. Not listening to anyone who ever told you no. Naysayers, anyone gossiping, anybody who said you couldn't, you can't. Watch me, says Aries. The Fool, forward motion, again, boldly going forward. The World reversed, and the 8 of Coins, being motivated by your work, enjoying your work. And the World reversed, I want to say, Aries, maybe you're taking a turn you didn't think you were going to take. Maybe this was a little something different. You certainly are ready for something different, and maybe this isn't how you quite pictured it was going to be. But you know what? Somebody opened a door, and you walked through it. Somebody presented an opportunity. You're like, you know what? Let me put my plans on the back burner, and let me take hold of this opportunity that's right in front of me right now. Because what I want and what I need are, excuse me, two different things. And this is all about fulfilling your needs, but actually enjoying the process. All right. So Aries, I love this for you. It looks like it's a little different than you thought it would be, but it's good. It's really good. I do have tarot. Well, eventually I'll teach tarot again. It's a little too soon after Omicron. My room is very small, and I can't space people apart to 6 feet. I cannot teach with a mask on. I'm not wearing a mask. I don't expect you to wear a mask. And so I'm waiting a little longer. We do have some events planned. We have a lot of things planned. We just want to wait. We're just a little further out of the dark. The doors just got opened. I like the fresh air in the store. Hey, Garrett. So yes, it's coming up. All right. And that is that. Aries. Taurus. I did see quite a few Tauruses in the store this week. Okay. So Taurus, the first card up is the Chariot, the Page of Wands reversed, the Five of Swords reversed, the Three of Coins reversed, the Six of Swords, and the High Priestess. All right. Well, of course, the Chariot's about moving forward. Page of Wands reversed, Five of Swords reversed, Three of Coins reversed. Wanting to move forward, but financially. It's almost like you want to move forward, but there's no job. It makes me think, because this looks like a relocation with the Six of Swords here. You're thinking of moving, and obviously not every Taurus is, but if you are thinking of moving, it comes down to, what will I do when I get there? Or is there a job for me? And most folks don't move without a job in place. Most people make sure they have, that they have that. We have Coins reverse, Page of Wands reverse. It really is about, I want to say it, that Five of Swords is always going to like an expert for me. It's reverse, listening to somebody or taking someone's advice. Do I think you're going to go? Yes, I do. But I think if you're going to need an agency or someone to help you find that job, it's not going to be something that you necessarily can do on your own. Okay, it looks like you could use some help, and it doesn't feel like it's like an immediate family member. It looks like it's more like an outside entity, like an agency, helping you out there. I do see you going, not making the money that you probably made here. The Three of Coins reversed. I think it's a job. It's probably a lateral move, or maybe even making a little less money, but it lets you go. Okay. I'm going to say, and of course I'm talking to Taurus here, the opportunity to make the money up later, through advancement or through promotion. Sometimes we take a job making less money just to make the move or just to get the title, as long as there can be regular raises or opportunities to promote after the job, so you can get back where you were, where you want to be. Okay. Hey, Wendy, how are ya? All right. So now we're on Gemini. Okay, Gemini. The King of Coins. The Two of Coins. The Spirit. I'm gonna get married. Hey! Stop chewing on that. You are a bad bird. Orlando. I need a Nerf gun. I need something I can throw at this bird. He's chewing on the wood. I'm not going to deal with it. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. You're not going to do that. You're not chewing on that. Dude, you're just not. I don't have antiques, so you can ruin them. That I don't have. No. Why? Oh, God. Everything is sloped in this place. Yeah, you're just awful. Awful bird. Awful. God, I'm tired. All right. Stop now. There. Okay, good. That was fun. Sorry, guys. Just chewing on the top of the door, which is not my favorite thing. You okay? Watch out. Yeah, I know. Now he's mad. Boy, it's fun. All right. A water gun, Denise. Yeah, it gets nasty when you spray with water. I got bit pretty good one time when I sprayed with water. Anyway, I think it's a Nerf gun. What was it like Nerf bullets? I could. Yeah, you hear me talking about you. You'll be sorry. All right. And the King of Coins, the Two of Coins, the Hierophant reversed, the Queen of Coins, the Ten of Wands reversed, and the Hangman reversed. All right, Gemini. Well, the King of Coins is business, work. Two of Coins, Hierophant reversed. Queen of Coins. You know, I want to say this is one of those situations, Gemini, where a Hierophant reversed. Either a company is failing, a Hierophant reversed, or someone sold you a story about how something was going to go. But the Ten of Wands reversed is the straw that broke the camel's back, and the Hangman reversed is feeling like a sucker or a doormat or having wasted time. And I think Gemini is taking a long, hard look at their business situation and saying, this isn't quite the way it was supposed to work out. I'll throw one more card for clarity. Oh boy, the Four of Cups reversed. Well, that's interesting because it's you know what you want. And with that Hierophant reverse, I'm wondering if they told you you were going to do a job without the title, or they were going to give you the title later. You know, a lot of times having the title and having that on your resume, you leverage that for the next job, right? Without the title, you just get all the extra work, and if you don't have the money along with that, it's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You might do it temporarily, but you need to have an end date on that, you know? And too many of you guys come in, and I'm just sitting there going, wow. So they got you doing the work of like 3 people and not paying you, but one paycheck. And, you know, and the pay isn't there. So I want to say Gemini's taking a long, hard look at what they want to do next, but it's the straw that broke the camel's back. Something they're like, hand me that one more project, or hey, can you stay late? Someone was telling me it's like the boss, the boss is telling them, like, you know, you work too many hours, you're putting in too much time, you're clearly exhausted, and it's like, this is all true. I'm planning on rectifying that. And then literally, like within the hour, oh, could you finish this project up tonight? And you know, could you come in on the weekend? It's like, So nice words, but not exactly what you know. Get more rest, but not on our time, you know. Okay, I'm sorry, Lynette. I'm sorry about that. All right. Cancer. What is he doing? I was really mad one night at him, and I said about killing him, and people were like, "Oh, don't say you're gonna kill the bird." It's like, I'm not gonna kill the bird. Trust me. Ever. No one's gonna hurt the bird. Okay, Cancer, the Empress. You know that there's those memes that say choose violence. That's parents choose violence. Okay, you're not hurting their feelings. They're like, game on, game on. Oh, is that how we're playing? Okay. Not gonna frighten a parrot ever. Ever gonna intimidate a parrot? They're not gonna back down. Okay, so the Empress, Cancer, Ten of Cups, the Six of Wands reversed, the Five of Cups, the Ace of Coins, and the Ace of Wands reversed. How would I read these cards? Long story short, Cancer, I read these cards. Working a job that I don't see growth. Six of Wands reversed. You're not particularly enjoying it. Ace of Wands reversed. Nothing new creative, but it's paying really well. And it's 10 of Cups. It's affording a lifestyle. It's affording you to live and keep your home and the Empress. Now it may be doesn't read like it's your own business, because if it was your own business you could make it work, do something with it. It does feel like you're working for somebody else, but there is this sense of, why did I take this job, why did I pick this career? God, I heard a lot of that over the past 3 weeks. And it's hard. It's really hard to leave a job once you've had it for like 7, 8, 9 years and you're earning at a level. It's hard to sit and say, oh, I'll just start over again doing something else. It's hard to start over again and start at a starting pay, or go back to school when you have a mortgage or whatever. It's hard. All right. But here for Cancer, I'm going to say there's a sense of the money's good. I mean, like wham, 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 right? Cry me a river. Oh my God, you're making great money. But it's not everything. And I don't feel like it's very, Knight of Coins reversed. It's you're staying for the paycheck. And I hear that a lot. I hear people who are in jobs like 27 years. It's like 27 years later, it's like, where am I going to go? At the top of my field, I'm making, all this money, or 25 years in a job. And the thing is, we're working so much later. We don't retire at 55, 65 anymore. We're retiring at 72, 74. If we can retire at all, the way it's working out. A lot of people are like, I can't retire. So there's this sense for Cancer of just being like, just blah, Oh, sorry, Virginia. Okay. So obviously not every Cancer is in that situation, but it's not the worst situation to be in either, You're paying all your bills and you're making lots of money. What a nightmare, right? But I tell you, it was like working a factory job. It did the same thing over and over. It becomes very rote. With a clock, you could hear the clocks ticking. I mean, an hour is like, 10 hours. Ugh. You know what I'm talking about. We've all been there. Time is not even passing at this point. It's like being in mass, Sunday mass. Like, how many hours has it been? Oh, 15 minutes. Oh boy. Priest isn't even on the liturgy yet. Okay. So Leo, 8 of Cups, Devil reversed, Wheel of Fortune, upright, 8 of Swords, reversed, 5 of Coins, Page of Cups. Oh boy. Well, my first glimpse at these cards, and it certainly would be this idea of 8 of Cups, leaving home, moving, getting away from something toxic, moving forward, end of anxiety. And here I see the 5 of Coins and the Page of Cups. Now it happens, I mean, this is not often, but it happens where a spouse or a partner can be very toxic for you, but not a bad parent. Okay? They can be perfectly fine parents. A nightmare to live with these people. And I have known people who have said they can give the kid a better life than I can give. And they make a really difficult decision to turn over custody, so they're free to get away and move away. Sometimes just utter destruction, and sometimes a person can make it so hard that it almost is easier to say, all right, you know what, I'll call, I'll visit, I'll be there, depending on the age of the child. If we're talking about a 13, 14, sometimes it's just my first glimpse at these cards is that that's what it looks like, really and truly. It's like, okay, I won't, you know, take anything, and you have custody or you have the kids, and I'll move away. I'll depending on the kids, depending on the situation, you know. Um, the other way I would look at this, and I'm stretching here a little bit, is instead of moving and moving kids that don't want to go, don't want to go, but the important thing is this devil reversed. It's moving away from something toxic, okay? And it's and the wheel of fortune upright is good luck. So it behooves you to move. And you've got to stop telling me things like, I can't move my kids. I can't move my kids. Of course you can move your kids. Of course you can. Now, do I think you should move a kid in high school if you can help it? Nah. Especially if they're doing well in high school. You know, that's kind of mean. A kid who's involved in sports. I went to 4 different high schools in 3 different time zones. I never got to play anything. Oh, I ran track. But because I was always leading, you know, you couldn't really establish roots. But you're bringing kids into a better life, or you're leaving a bad neighborhood, or you're leaving toxic people behind. Yeah, you can move your kids, and they'll learn, and they learn to be adaptable. They learn to be resilient, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, it makes them. Life is like that. You sit there and treat your kid like a hothouse orchid. They can never be convenienced. They can never know what it's like to go without. They can never know what it feels like to have pain or any kind of anxiety or worry. Like a little hothouse orchid. Real life, sick children, a spouse that isn't what they ought to be. Watch these go falling apart. Some of these kids fall apart in college because they just not having someone supervised 24/7. They can't do it. So just this idea, that's what the cards speak to. One of those two situations, not pleasant. Well, not easy, I should say, Leo. And again, it may be something you're thinking about, but the kids are definitely weighing it. There's definitely a young person energy in that. All right? Virgo. My kids went to so many schools, but they did. And my daughter Devin said that to me. You can handle anything. You can go into any situation, any room, walk in, they're fine. I'm not saying it was easy, and I did keep them in the same high school. Okay, so all right, Virgo. The 4 of Swords reversed. The 9 of Coins. The 5 of Wands reversed. The 7 of Wands. The Knight of Cups and the 9 of Wands. Well, anxiety all over this, but you show me a Virgo that's not anxious, and I'll show you a very rare bird. They're perfectionists. Of course they're anxious. 4 of Swords reversed. 9 of Coins, money. 5 of Wands, we're not debating anymore. 7 of Wands, Knight of Cups. It really is taking on something new, something that you love, training, education, and going into an area that maybe you didn't think you could handle, or you didn't think you were ready for, you didn't think you were up for it. Whatever was telling you couldn't, whatever voice in your head, you're done with that. Of course you can do it. There's a passion, love for it. The training's there. The 9 of Wands is crossing bridges. Is not just taking a leap. The Fool is the blind leap. The 9 of Wands is promotion. It's Wands' career. It's creative energy, and it really is about making that next step. And knowing you can do it. You know, knowing that you have what it takes to do it. Now, I often tell people, and Richard Branson, I think Branson is it, from Virgin Airlines, he talked about this. Sometimes you fake it till you make it. You're applying for a job and there's 5 requirements and you've got 4 of the 5. Yeah, you shouldn't lie about your education. That's a tough one because they can find out. But there's things you can play a little fast and loose with the truth. And how many much time you spent in a position is one of them. And you can learn a lot on the job. If you can pick things up quickly, I'm just saying, sometimes you fake it till you make it. That's what he said, and I agree. I've seen it too. And in this case, Virgo, you've got what it takes, and you have the passion, and you have the education. Make the leap. It's not even a leap, but give yourself permission to go to the next level. How's that? All right, Libra. All right. Well, we have the Lovers, the Page of Coins reversed, the Magician reversed, Three of Cups, the Four of Wands reversed, and the Page of Swords. This card speaks to me of a family situation, a family dynamic. Close family dynamic. I'm looking at the Lovers. I'm looking at the Three of Cups. And I'm looking at what seems to be a kid. These page cards are usually young people. Four of Wands reversed, Magician reversed. Of course, right now all the kids are picking out colleges. A lot of kids are looking at where they're going with their career. And this is someone who really doesn't know what they want to do. Four of Wands reversed, Page of Coins reversed, Magician reversed. I'm not sure they even want to go to school. Over in Europe, they do a lot with the gap year. And we don't do that here in America, but we probably should. Give these kids one more year just to kind of figure it out before they're expected to pick something that they do for the rest of their lives. But in this case, it looks like, again, this is a close family. There's no one's misbehaving, but an absolute lack of direction here. Page of Swords. And being articulate about it. I don't know what I want to do. Now, the other thing is the first 2 years you're getting your core subjects out of the way. I'm not sure this kid wants to go to college, though. And sometimes the answer to that is letting a kid figure it out. Take a couple of jobs making minimum wage, or waiting tables. Spend a year waiting tables, and all of a sudden college starts looking real good. A couple months of public service or public servant, and all of a sudden, hey, you're looking so terrible going to college. Sometimes, again, let them fail, or let them experience something, knowing that it may not be ideal, it may not be optimal. It's okay. So they're a year behind in college. So what? All right. I'm glad, Pam. I'm glad for that. I guess I'm glad. All right. All right. But again, there's love in the family. There's no one's being hurtful or mean. I think we just got a kid who doesn't know what they want to do. And again, does know what they don't want to do. How's that? That's, sometimes you make those lists, like the list of what I want, and sometimes it's easier to make a list of what I don't want and cross those things off. You gotta back ass your way into it, as my mother would say, All right. Scorpio. I always have to steel myself when I do Scorpio's cards. Oh, he is so mad at me right now. That bird is so mad at me. I stuffed a sock because there's all the floors slants. 1844, everything slants. And so the doors to the secretary come open, and he likes to sit on top of the doors. Never was a problem, but now he's chewing at top. He's chewing on them, and that is a problem. It's a big problem. And so I shut the door, and I stuffed a sock, and he can't open them. And he's fuming right now. He's so mad. All right. Wow. Silence is deadly. He's so pissed off. Scorpio. Hey, Marsha. Doing good, thank you. Okay. Two of Swords reversed. I hate that card. I hate the Two of Swords. Justice reversed. Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, Two of Cups, Death reversed. Ugh. Mm-mm. Two of Swords reversed, you know, I always say two swords upright, rock in a hard place. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. When it's reversed, it's you choose rock or hard place. You're making the choice. Justice reversed, it's not fair. Not fair that you're in this position. Queen of Wands, lovely card, really. Queen of Wands is hardworking, industrious, friendly. People like them. Three of Swords, which is heartbreak. Death reversed. And the Two of Cups. Now, I'll tell you what, the first thing that hits me when I look at these cards, I don't like this, but it could be Scorpio having a best friend or someone they really love who's really sick or who's dealing with the Scorpio's okay, but they're watching sickness, disease, heartbreak, very unfair situation. Because Scorpio will march themselves down to hell, kick Satan's ass, and drag you out of the pit if they have to. Scorpio, man, they ain't afraid of nothing. And to have to sit and watch a friend go through a terrible situation, Aries is the other, kills them. They'd rather go through it themselves. They almost would rather take it on themselves and watch someone they love go through a painful situation that they did nothing. They didn't bring it on themselves. They didn't cause it to happen. And they're just watching it like, oh, I can't believe this. So unfair. And it is. Someone's got to make a terrible choice. There's no winning. It's unfair. It's heartbreaking. I'm looking for one more card for clarity. The Sun. Okay, the Sun, the Two of Cups. Hey, you know what? You still got that Scorpio at the end of the day. You know, you still got the Scorpio. You still got someone on your side. It could be the Scorpio is giving very good advice. I don't believe it's the Scorpio going through this. I do think it's they're devastated watching it happen. I do think it's breaking the Scorpio's heart to watch it happen. And I believe it's somebody they really care for. It's reading more like a friend than a family member, like a child. I don't think it's a child. I think it's a dear friend. But the sun means that after all is said and done, after you cut away the dead wood, you know, the tree can grow. After you remove the tumor, well, now you're cancer free. I have a scar. I might have a horrible scar, but you know what I mean? That's how these cards read for Scorpio. Scorpio is, in this case, looks like they're on the outside looking in, and I certainly hope so. I hope I'm reading that where it is. And I'm sure they're giving excellent advice. Scorpio usually does. At the end of the day, it really is. It reads like it's like that awful decision to have a mastectomy when you've got breast cancer, and it's yeah, it's like a pull the plug kind of cards. I don't love it. And again, I hope that's way off base. I really do. All right, Sagittarius. Hey, Kathleen. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sagittarius. The Two of Wands reversed. The Knight of Wands. Judgment reversed. The Queen of Swords. The Tower reversed. And the Four of Coins. Now, I always say when cards are conjunct, when signs are conjunct, that is to say next to each other, that's an astrology term, we often see similarities in the readings. All right, you know, I shuffle these cards up well, and they can't be duplicated cards because I don't reshuffle the deck. I pull off the deck as it sits. I can't, you know, it's not going to be like recycled cards. So with Sagittarius, the Two of Wands reversed, whereas Scorpio was the Two of Swords reversed, that rock in a hard place. the Two of Wands is an absence of partnership. Okay, is it divorce? Could be. I think this is more about work, honestly. The Knight of Wands, the Judgment reversed, Queen of Swords, Tower reversed, Four of Coins. Well, what it could be is a business partnership where somebody wants out. Okay, a failed business partnership, or someone who said they brought more to the table than they did. Okay, and now is sitting there going, well, I don't want to do this anymore. And now it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Close the business and start your own in your own name. That looks like it's one possibility. And that looks like it's the biggest possibility. It's basically, okay, well, then here, take back what you put into it. And, you know, I'll go it alone. I think you can go it alone. Sag, I think you have everything you need to go it alone. I don't think you're expecting this to happen. I think you thought you had a partner here. I think you're wondering how you're going to make it happen by yourself. But it's reading like a breach of contract. How's that? It reads like a breach of contract. When I see the Queen of Swords here, and this Knight of Wands, I maybe you downsize. Maybe you make it a smaller business. Maybe you rethink how you do business. Tighten your belt and you streamline. But it really does speak to, okay, how are we going to do this now? This is it could be lost. It could be a solid customer that you thought was in place, and then it's like, oh yeah, well, we're ending our contract early, or we went out of our contract. Okay, and it could be the Sagittarius saying that. It could be the Sag saying, I don't want to be part of this anymore. Could be. Doesn't feel that way to me, but it could be Sag saying, you know what? I can't work for this person. I can't work with this person. I'm miserable. All right? But it is reading more the other way around, where Sag is the one saying, oh, okay. Well, you want out, but here's how it has to go down. Okay? All right, Capricorn. 10 of Coins. 7 of Cups reversed. Temperance. 6 of Coins. Ace of Swords reversed. King of Cups. Okay. Well, the 10 of Coins is usually real estate. 10 of Coins is a great card. It's the financial end of money, of real estate money. Great card. Sometimes it speaks to buying a home, refurbishing, buying new things for the home, but it also speaks to solid financial base. At 7 of Cups, you reversed. You know what you want emotionally. Temperance, balance. Temperance is temperance, right? Balance. 6 of Coins is bonus money coming in. It's that bonus. Could be your tax return. It could be, but it's usually money you weren't expecting, showing up and kind of dropping in your lap. Ace of Swords reversed, King of Cups. Well, interestingly enough, Ace of Swords reversed is lack of communication. Is just, I'm not talking about this right now. And the King of Cups, I'm going to pull one card for clarity. Strength reversed. You know, you might, you're a Capricorn, so Capricorns are usually pretty smart. They really are. They're not water signs. They don't get all gooey with emotion. Like, oh, I've got to be fair and tell them I'm thinking of leaving. Oh, no, you do not. In fact, I just saw an excellent post on TikTok, a quick thing, saying no matter how much you like your boss, no matter how great you think your boss is, edit what you tell them about your personal life. You know, just don't don't share personal details. I've never understood the Facebook people. Oh, everyone knows my business. Well, who put it up? Idiot. Who put your personal business up on Facebook to talk about it? You did, okay? So my point with these cards is strength reverse. It will shoot yourself in the foot. Do not say anything, no matter how nice your boss is, no matter how nice your coworker that's going to be stuck when you leave with the work. Too bad. That is their issue. Okay. The days when you were a company man or a company woman, those days are over with. And I've been corporate, and the day I saw my pink slip, their entire factory, 3 days before Christmas, because they wanted to get them as close to the end of the year as possible. 3 fucking days for Christmas, and they all got pink slipped. Like, you rat bastards. Like, what did you? But you know what? Company first. Well, you first. Keep your mouth shut, make your plans, and give whatever notice you got to give, because there's no loyalty. None. Right? That's my advice to Capricorn. Aquarius. I will never forget that. I was furious. And you know, the boss at the time was a born-again Christian. And I used to clean his house. I was his secretary, his executive secretary. And I used to clean his house. And I was, if you think I have a mouth now, you should have known me when I was like 19 years old, 19, 20. I had no filter, zero filter. I'm like, I don't understand you can call yourself a Christian, and then all those people lost their jobs just before Christmas. Like, Merry Christmas, we have no job, you know? And it's like, well, business is not the same. I'm like, but it is. But it is. I never got that, you know? I'm surprised, really, when I think about some of the stuff I got in people's faces about. And I never was vulgar or mean or called names. You'll never hear me call people names. You know, you hear me call Orlando an idiot, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't like name calling. I don't like vulgarity. If I come at you, it's going to be because of something you've done or something you've said. Like, how can you say that? Or how can you say you do this, but I'm watching you do that? Hypocrisy bothers me more than anything in the world. Hypocrisy. All right, Aquarius. The Ten of Swords reversed. The Knight of Swords. The Nine of Swords reversed. The Three of Wands. The Moon reversed. And the Eight of Wands reversed. Well, the Ten of Swords is reversed, thank God. The Ten of Swords reversed is like hitting the bottom, and now you're on your way up. It is, the worst is over, right? You're in recovery. It may be recovery from open heart surgery, and you're laying there wondering how you're going to make it, but you're going to make it. You're through the worst of it. The Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords reversed, I want to say, is getting good news. Three of Wands. There's some sense of good news. There's some sense of okay, that was the worst of it. I know the worst of it. That's that Knight of Swords bringing the information. And the Nine of Swords reversed, Nine of Swords, not Knight of Swords. It's the Knight of Swords, and then it's the Nine of Swords reversed. Is the end of anxiety. It's been revealed. You know everything you need to know. If you want to do research on your own, that's fine. But you know what you need to know. And the Eight of Wands is telling you now, focus on the work. Okay? Now I'm going to throw a card for clarity, of course. Ace of Cups reversed. Ooh. Oh, boy. Well, when I say that Moon reversed, and I really think it was like a awful cold bucket of water in the face. Really was. Like, wow. It's like getting over the shock of heartbreak. And or someone kicking you when you were down. And that's what's really real. Someone kicking you when you were down. Well, now you're back up again. All right. For one more card. 6 of Cups. Move on. Move out. Move forward. Go home. It may be go home. It may be that someone's kicking you out of your house. Someone's saying, I don't want to live with you anymore. If they're in that position, they can do that. It's a reveal, and it's an ugly reveal. It really is. It's an ugly reveal. But you have all the information you need. You've been given all the information. It's like if you were deluding yourself, or if for some reason you thought maybe you weren't seeing things, but you were. And maybe someone told you something that no, that can't be true. That person wouldn't cheat on me, or that person wouldn't steal, or that person can't be on drugs. But they are. Now you know what you need, and you know what you got to do. I'm sorry, Aquarius. Hope that message is for somebody you know and not for you personally. All right, Pisces. I've got exactly 6 cards left in the deck. Okay. Okay. Looking at comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to just wait a second because you for the moment before I go with Pisces. Orlando is over there trying to tear his cage apart. There are stories, actually he broke his lock, but there are stories of cockatoos actually unscrewing every screw and like the whole cage just falling apart. They really, not easy birds. I'm glad I didn't get the Malaccan that I wanted to get. My dad had a Malaccan. That's why I came to the cockatoo. My dad had a cockatoo. And I wrote about it in my newsletter this month. So, I was close to my father, but he had this Malaccan cockatoo, and I thought, cool bird. I'd like a cockatoo one day. Get a cockatoo, they said. It'll be fun, they said. And rather than a Malaccan, I have a Goffin, which is a size of an African gray, a smaller size parrot. Thank God. Thank God. I can't even imagine having a full-size cockatoo. Oh, YouTube, give me a sign that you can still see me or hear me while I finish here, okay? I'm not sure if it says it's unstable, and they're trying to reconnect on YouTube. YouTube, can you see me? Can someone just say something, please? I'm sorry, guys. I know you're waiting over here on Facebook. We're almost done. What time is it? 11:35. I got to bring my son for blood work in the morning. We've got to get up early and get to the hospital. Quick blood test. All right. He's in a way, man. He is mad.
He's nasty tonight.
He is nasty.
Problem, not a family problem.
All right. Well, no one's saying anything on YouTube, so I'm not even sure if I have a connection on YouTube. I'm really nervous. I hope I do. YouTube, can you see me? Am I with you? Are you still with me? Okay. Well, if we have to, we just upload from Facebook. Yeah, Facebook is fine. It's YouTube. And YouTube, the thing on YouTube is it's so easy. It is really so easy. It's easy to download from YouTube. It's very hard to upload to YouTube. The whole process. We were doing that. We were just doing the Facebook Live and then uploading it to, when I say we, I mean China, okay? My technology skills are not what they should be. So China was uploading it, but it's nicer if it could be, if it can be live on both sites, and it's easier this way. And eventually, probably going to be at YouTube all the time. I don't know what Facebook is doing. It's not looking great. No one is saying anything on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Nicoletta. Thank you. Okay, so, Pisces, the star reversed. Ugh. The star reversed. The Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, the Emperor, the Seven of Coins, and the Hermit reversed. Well, it's interesting. The Star reversed and the Hermit reversed would really speak to choosing to be alone. Choosing. The Hermit upright is usually being lonely, wanting to be partnered. But when it's reversed, it's choosing to be alone. The Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. The Emperor, Seven of Coins. In this case, I'm going to say, honestly, it's not working alone. There's nothing, it's not an emotional thing. It's I say that because the Seven of Coins is what do I want to do? And I want to say this is Pisces, really want to work on their own, wanting to be independent, wanting to, choosing to be alone, wanting to work alone. The Emperor, that's business, right? It also could be Pisces wanting to partner alone, like start a business with, and again, on their own, Pisces couple being on their own. In this case, Pisces being paired up with King of Swords, fire, which is a nice combination for business, water and fire. But I will say with the Star reversed, I think the money to do that, I think the money to start that up properly is not there. The Star reversed would indicate I just want to see here. Seven of Coins. Oh boy. It's definitely Pisces saying it's easier to be alone. It's easier to be alone. Easier to work alone. Easier to and with that King of Swords there, the communication is crystal clear. Now it could be Pisces being told, you're gonna be. Now this is Pisces making the choice. Just be clear. If this isn't like a breakup, like I want to end with you, this is Pisces saying it'd be easier to be alone. If you're with a partner who's very dictatorial, he's not going to change. I'd rather it's easier to be alone, than have someone who's just constantly coming down with rules and Pisces doesn't do well with that. They make excuses for people, but cruelty or harshness doesn't set well with Pisces. The same as Libra. You don't deal well with that. All right. But it is Pisces saying, right now I need to be alone, or I should be alone, or I'm trying to figure out financially how to manage that. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. Everybody have a good night. I just want to see some comments here really quickly. Nicoletta, thank you. All right, Deb, good to see you too. Thank you everybody for being here. I will see you next week, God willing, and the creeks don't rise. Tomorrow, the fair at the shop, I have Karn, Red Goddess, and Sandy are at the shop tomorrow. 12-6, $30. By all means, please stop by if you can. Fairs have been busy. I appreciate very much. Here we go. Yeah, now that was Facebook's turn to speak. Okay. Anyone who wants to get the monthly newsletter, email me, lenhard@comcast.net, and please just put newsletter in the subject line. I will get you a newsletter. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night and happy full moon. All righty. Blessed be. Behave yourselves. Bye.